Hello, YouTube. Today we are going over Sass and Frass, our fire augment Amara. As with all of the elemental builds, the rules are using fire weapons, using the fire augment Soulfire, and we do have to cap the tree that Soulfire is in, which is the orange tree. With that, let's go ahead and get into the build. So, fire leaves a lot to figure out because there are a lot of really good weapons that are locked to fire, such as the Hellwalker, the Ember's Purge. Surprisingly, the Long Musket is really good. The No Pew Pew is just crazy good. You can have a lot of fun with the Grease Trap. The Firestorm does a great job. The Krakatoa is crazy. So there's a lot of things that you can kind of do with just the base fire guns. And then naturally, of course, you've got your Monarchs, you've got your Kibsworths, your Unkempt Heralds, all of those guns that are just overall great weapons and come in a variety of elements. I found myself really enjoying the Hellwalker, Monarch, and Krakatoa as my main weapons. That being said, for a lot of mobbing, the Ember's Purge is really fun. For the Hellwalker, I like to run the Kill Stack Anoint, or killing an enemy grants 13% weapon damage and reload speed for 25 seconds. For the Monarch, I prefer to run consecutive hits on that. And for the Krakatoa, I like to run either Phase Cast or Kill Stack. The Phase Cast is going to be really great for your bossing options. The Krakatoa does really good damage. You can see the card alone is 142k, and so it's a really great combination with Phase Cast getting that 250% extra damage. And as always, I like to run an EMP5 on my builds, and that is only for movement speed. We're not shooting this gun at all. There were a few options as far as shields go. However, overall, the Revolter really helps with getting some of that extra element damage because fire heavies in Malawan are pretty common. So seeing those fire immunes is a pretty common thing. I like to run that extra element with the Revolter and the action skill Start Anoint, meaning anytime that we're grasping or we're using our Phase Cast, we are getting the Revolter action. For grenades, you can kind of run a few different things. As always, I really like to run the Fish Slaps, help out with those immune enemies. If you want to run action skill and corrosive, action skill and radiation, that's always going to be a great pickup on your grenade. Its Piss is a great pickup on Amara as well for that debuff that it gives. But overall, I just like to run Fish Slaps on Amara to kind of help out with the heavies that are immune and taking advantage of Groundbreaker. So we stack up a lot of damage with our guns, throw a Fish Slap, and because that deals melee damage, it procs Groundbreaker. So we can really just take out a lot of things with our Fish Slap. I ran the Snowdrift Victory Rush on this. Magazine size is really nice, but the main thing we're really looking for there is just the area of effect damage, so that we can take advantage of rad explosions and taking advantage of grenades, that kind of a thing. The Phaserker with the weapon damage and splash damage is really nice. With that, guys, let's go ahead and get into the skill tree. So, of course, we have to cap our red tree. We put 3 in Steady Hands for the weapon handling, 5 in Infusion for the increase to our action skill element, 5 in Tempest for the elemental damage, 2 in Wildfire for the chance for our status effect to spread, 1 in Dread since we are using Grasp on this build for the extra gun damage, 3 in Indiscriminate for the ricochets, 1 in Deep Well since we are using an elemental weapon, we get 20% extra on mag size, 1 in Sustainment for the lifesteal, 5 in Conflux, and with the 5 from our Berserker, we are getting a 70% extra chance for Electrocute, Ignite, and Melt whenever we apply a status effect, and Forceful Expression, which is for the elemental damage. 3 in personal space so that anytime anyone gets close to us, we deal extra damage. And because we're taking advantage of the Hellwalker, this is going to be pretty common. 5 in Trust in Yourself for the extra reload speed. 5 in Heavy Rain for the splash damage and projectile speed. We do go ahead and pick up Expedite. 5 in Do Harm for the extra skill damage, which is going to be really great for instances like Anathema, using Ties That Bind on one of the enemies next to Anathema, killing that enemy. You can one-phase Anathema with Do Harm stacked at 5. 3 in Fast Hands for the reload speed. 1 in Violent Tapestry for the status effect. 5 in Alacrity for the extra reload speed. 3 in Transcend for the hit damage. 1 in Restless for a little bit more action skill cooldown. 1 in Ascendant to give our Expedite a little bit more cooldown percentage. 3 in From Rest for the extra fire rate. 3 in Lake Bear to give us our debuff on enemies whenever we're using an extra skill. 3 in Wrath for the gun damage. 1 in Remnant because Remnant's just an amazing skill that has crazy damage. Especially when we're mobbing, it's nice to just have an extra enemy dead because of Remnant. And 1 in Avatar for the extra use of our action skill. As always, guys, I do like to point out that I have my Guardian rank perks unlocked. So if you don't have Hollow Point, you don't have Groundbreaker, you are going to see some difference in your damage. With that, let's go ahead and get into the showcase, and I will see you on the other side. Alright guys, that has been our Sass and Frass Amara, Fire Augment Amara. If you are on PC, there will be a link to our Discord in the description box down below, where you can pick up a file so that you can give this build a run. If you have anything specific you would like to see next, let me know in the comments. That guys, I've been your local sassy SwinLaw. Stay classy, Pandora.